Next up, we've got DDOT. Thank you for 220 Canadian. What do you think of the RVS MOPAX frame? Dangerous. I'm just as likely to shit all over it as anything else, but since you asked. Reminds me a lot of an AOS 5. Did this come before the AOS 5 or after? It doesn't matter. I see. So, what do we got here? These triangle style arms are more rigid than just having the arms stick all the way out. It's the same thing the AOS 5 did. The arms are thicker than the AOS, it looks like. I don't know if they're thicker in the vertical direction, but the width of the arm is more, which suggests that it might be more durable. That's the place where the AOS 5 arm breaks. It has mounting for 20, 25, and 30 millimeter. That's good. It's got 2 sets of mounting, and both of them can take a 30 millimeter. So you could pretty much mount whatever you want. That's nice. There is no standoff here. There's potential for some kind of resonance issues when you have a long span like this with no standoff. Doesn't mean that there's gonna be resonance issues, but there's potential. You would want to be aware of that as you went into sort of tuning and building it. Or you'd want to check with people who owned it. What's going on with the front end? I like this box style. This is going to be a very strong front end, in my opinion. Two standoffs close together like this, with a piece of carbon here, boxing it in. I think that's going to be pretty strong. Certainly strong enough. The weak spot would be this carbon here, but they've reinforced that with a little bit of TPU. This is a nice approach. I like that the camera mounting gives you the option to move the camera forward or back. So depending on whether you've got a deeper or a shallower camera, you have options to get it the correct width, the correct placement. Oh, is this actually a TPU print? That's nice. I like the TPU inserts that let you have a little more flexibility about how you mount your camera. Having the XT60 come out here is, I'm not sure it's a plus or a minus. I like that it's protected with this insert to help keep the carbon from tearing it. The battery strap mount, the battery strap holders seem like a good idea, but it feels to me like the top is narrow enough that the battery is going to be wider than the top. And so the battery strap is actually going to come out underneath the battery, which I don't love. I'm not sure. I mean, just don't use the battery strap holders. Big deal. It looks to me like this screw goes through the arm. So does the arm have a cutout to allow you to remove the arm without taking out that screw? It's impossible to know. They don't have a picture of an arm. No, they don't. Durability prioritized over weight. Yeah, they focused on resonance. Truss-armed frame, good. That is objectively good for resonance. Can we see here? Okay, so that's not my favorite thing. I don't know if it's an absolute deal breaker, but like, it looks like the arm, I mean, I don't know how else you would do it. If you're going to have a truss arm frame, I don't know. You're going to need 2 screws. It's a shame that it's also the standoff. I guess it's not the end of the world. And there are many frames that do that. But some people would dislike that. It's a really well thought out frame. It's a really well thought out frame. Single piece bottom plate. Some people would prefer split deck. And this design with the one piece of carbon going between the arms, I don't know if that's like the best. It's good though. How much does it weigh? $70, $75. Yeah, everything's getting more expensive. It's not ridiculous. 30-day satisfaction guaranteed. No tuning required. S-tier durability. Free STLs. Weight. 150 grams with the TPU. It's not that much TPU. That's a chonker. That's a chonker. I mean, if you're going for a durable frame, 150 grams is not like the end of the world, but that's a little bit of a chonker. 150, it's getting up there. I'm surprised it's 150. It doesn't look like it should be 150. He must be using no, I was going to say he must be using 3mm carbon throughout, but he's not. 2mm for the bottom plate, 2.5 for the mid plate, 2.5 for the top plate. And the arms are, the arms are 6mm. Yeah, so 2. I'm surprised it's that heavy. I wonder if you left off some of the TPU, how much you would save. I don't think you'd save that much. There's not that much TPU. There you go. I'm surprised it's that heavy. I didn't expect that from the pictures. It doesn't look like it would be that heavy.